This must be one of the best raviolis I've ever had. This is called a pan dell'orso. It translates to bear bread. Super cool locals place. It's freezing outside. Man, it gets cold up here in the mountain. All the cool kids are hanging out here in this square, drinking beer, enjoying wine, and getting this classic Abruzzi snack. Welcome to Destination Eat Drink, the travel channel for foodies. I'm Brent Peterson. I'm an American living in Portugal, and today we're continuing our road trip in Italy. We started the day down on the shore at Pescara. You can see that video if you want. I've also made a playlist for you to watch all of our adventures here in Italy. We've driven up into the mountains now. It's significantly cooler up here, and we're at the Abbey of Saint Spirito. This is a medieval church, and it's huge. It is huge back here, but it's also quiet and beautiful, and there's several really interesting frescoes in the church. So it's worth stopping if you're in the mountains of Abruzzo. We're going to continue around today. Actually, the reason why we came up, we just kind of stumbled on this church, really. But the reason we came up here is because we want to try a specific candy that they've been manufacturing up here for hundreds of years. For now, though, we're going to just enjoy some peace and quiet here at the church. This is Confetti Mulino, and this is where they make the famous candy-covered almonds that you see in weddings everywhere. Karen told me that when she was a little girl, every wedding she would spend a lot of hours putting together little sachets of candied almonds that they would give out. So this holds a lot of memories for her. This place has been around for 250 years. They've been making these candied almonds for 250 years. And in the city of Sulmona, they've been doing it for over 500 years. Hard to believe. But this is a huge manufacturing facility now, and they've created this museum. Upstairs, there's a film you can watch, really interesting about the history of Sulmona a little bit, but mostly about the candy manufacturing here. And they've got all of these old machines that they used to make the candy. Some of them are still in use, like these copper vats that they use to rotate and add the sugar to the almonds. They still use these in some cases. One's very much like these. So really, really interesting what they do. And they use super high quality ingredients. Their almonds come from Sicily. They also started doing hazelnuts, which they bring in from Piedmont, which grow the best hazelnuts in the world. So fascinating, historical, but let's go taste some. That's where we're going to really have some fun here. So they've got this nice little garden behind the museum, and the proof of the confetti is in the tasting, but it's also in the visual. They make these handmade little flowers, and they've got several different kinds with the almond candies. So we'll be taking those home. But we also bought some as snacks, and you can see they've got all different colors here. Orange, and then this yellow one. That's limoncello flavored, and you can see the almond, and then you've got layers and layers of sugar, and then you've got the yellow limoncello hard shell on the outside. So that's yummy. Bunch of different flavors in there. And then we got a bag. Look how cool that is. Speckled outer shell, and super tasty. They also have chocolate ones too. They just started going into the chocolate business. So it's got the almond and the chocolate, and then the sugar, and then the shell. Super tasty. This will keep me going on a sugar high while we drive around these mountains here in Abruzzo. So it was quite the adventurous ride getting up here. Switchbacks, mountain roads. Yeah. It was white knuckle for a good portion of the drive up here, but it's worth it. We're in Scanno, and this mountaintop town just looks gorgeous. Best to drive up the street, and I guess cars get up here somehow. We parked below and hiked it up here. Anyway, Time for some lunch. I am starving. Just having confetti candy so far today is not going to cut it. This is their bread with whipped ricotta cheese. And, you know, it's not easy to find good ricotta in Portugal. So this is a special treat. Really good. I know it's just bread and cheese to start with, but off to a good start. Looking forward to our pasta. Man, this is such a locals place. I don't know when the last time they saw an American here. Um, this looks amazing. This ravioli smells amazing. Let's see how it tastes. It's zucchini and ricotta cheese. Wow. This must be one of the best raviolis I've ever had. Sauce is amazing. I don't know how they did it. All right, I want to show you what Karen got because it's so interesting. This was what was this called, like pasta and legumes, pasta and vegetables. So we expected it, like spaghetti with like a primavera or something like that. It's not what. Look, it's like a soup almost. It has little strands of pasta in here, lentils, veggies, put a little Parmesan on top. Mm. You see why they like this up here. We're up in the mountains. It snows up here. There's signs that say put chains on your snow tires when it snows up here. So it's cold. People need something hearty to keep warm. And I would imagine this would do the trick. Mm, super tasty. Really, really good. Oh, got a glass of Abruzzo white wine. Mm. Young, acidic, flavorful. That's nice. Oh, good stuff. Oh man, I'm so glad we came here. We may come here for dinner too. This poster commemorates the traditional costumes of the women of Scano. They say that they still wear it. I don't know if we're going to see anyone actually wearing these costumes, so I wanted to talk about it here. But look how fanciful these hats are with all this jewelry and the big skirt, very colorful. You see a wedding procession, then all the women are going down the street with this. This is such a integral part of the culture that they even made a bronze statue of a woman wearing the costume here in Scano. Gotta say, I'm really liking Scano. I think mostly because it's just so unpretentious here. Um, Found this little locals bakery, and this was the treat that I'd been looking for here in Scano, and of course they have it. It's a local treat called mastaccioli, I think. So what you got is a sponge cake covered in chocolate. Mm, really light. Mm, milk chocolate on top. And I saw this. This is called a pan dell'orso. It translates to bear bread. And that's because there's a native brown bear that lives in the mountains around here. You see signs all over the place, like when you're driving, beware of the bears, don't hit the bears, things like that. So they called this treat pan dell'orso. And I have no idea what it is. Mm. So this might be maybe a mini version of another cake that we were looking for. I forget the name of it, but it's like almond flour, almond cake on the inside, and then covered in chocolate. And it was typically served at weddings, but it's big, and they cut slices of it. This seems very similar to that. Maybe it's just what they call it here. I don't know, but I like it. I like the dark chocolate on here. Hmm. Scanno's checking all the boxes, I gotta say. This is Bar Abruzzi, super cool locals place. It's freezing outside. Man, it gets cold up here in the mountains, so prepare yourself. So we popped in, and I just got a little hot tea, but I was talking to the guy behind the counter, and he said a few Americans come up here, but mostly British and French people. And then he said, when he told him we live in Portugal, he said, not many from Portugal come here. But this is a great spot to pop in and grab a quick drink. There's tons of locals standing outside too in their puffy coats because, like I said, it's freezing outside, even with summer just around the corner. All the cool kids are hanging out here in this square, drinking beer, enjoying wine, and getting this classic Abruzzi snack. It's grilled meat skewers cooked on an open flame. We won't be having any of that. I just headed over to the fruiteria and got an apple. That'll be our dinner because we had that big lunch and then gorged myself on all that confetti candy. So that's going to have to hold us over till tomorrow. But we'll sit here, enjoy the music and the atmosphere here in Scano. It's really nice. We're getting an early start out of Scano to our next location. But before we leave, I did want to share something with you. We were at Bar Abruzzi last night and did a quick video there. After we finished, we were talking with the proprietor, Luigi, and he got very excited when he found out I was from Chicago. His grandfather went to Chicago in 1903. Died there several years later, buried in Mount Carmel in the same cemetery as Al Capone, he said. But what he did was he wrote out this whole thing about his family's history and gave it to me and shared it with me, which I thought was nice. I mean, he was such a delightful guy and shared a lot of the history of Scano with us, told us about it, showed us pictures of his mother and things like that. So I really, really enjoyed our time here. Great food, but also, the people are so down to earth and friendly everywhere we went. And this place is a very small town. Its population has shrunk 25% in the last 25 years. So who knows what it's going to be like in the future, but I do know that the people will still probably be very sweet and kind and accommodating no matter what happens here. So that's it for this video. Check out my playlist of all the other places we've been. We're going to keep it going with more places. We're headed to another mountain town here in Abruzzo next, and we've got some cool things planned for that. So subscribe to the channel. I'm Brent Peterson. See you down the road.
Silla.